There's a voice in your head that speaks the second something good happens to you. It says, "Don't get a big head. Don't make a scene. What are you, proud of yourself?" You've called that voice discipline your whole life. It sounds just like your father, and he never said a word. Watch it next time you win something. Your hand goes for the phone. Then it stops. You tell no one, and you've gotten good at not noticing you do it. That silence was never empty. It handed down a verdict. And you've served the sentence in his voice, against yourself, ever since. Tonight we find the exact place where his silence ends and your own voice begins. There's a gavel in this story that never came down. Hold on to that. We end there. Carl Jung saw this in 1909, 4 years before he broke with Freud and walked into his own dark. He wrote an essay on the significance of the father in the destiny of a man. A father shapes his son far less by what he does than by what he leaves unspoken. What forms in that silence, Jung called the father imago, the inner image of him you carry long after the man himself has gone quiet. The silence is not empty. The silence is the sentence. So you built a story to survive it. Most men build the same one. The story says, one day he'll see it. One day the work will be so undeniable that he calls, and he says the thing, and then it's finally over. You'd deny it if I asked. But watch where your eyes go the second something good happens. You're still checking the door. Here's the first thing you can do, and it costs nothing. The next time you achieve something and feel that flatness where the joy should be, stop. Ask one question. Whose reaction am I waiting for? Say the name out loud. Most men have never once said it out loud. The flatness is the tell. You are not numb to the win. You are waiting for it to be ratified by a court that stopped hearing cases years ago. And notice what you named this waiting. You call it drive. You call it high standards. You tell yourself you're just not the type to celebrate, dressing a wound up as a virtue so you never have to look at it. So let me say it plainly. He is not withholding the verdict anymore. He may not even remember there was a trial. That courtroom where the gavel is always about to fall, you are the one who keeps it open. Think of the actual moments, not the big ones. The small quiet after you told him something you were proud of, and he asked whether you'd checked the oil in the car. The "we'll talk about it later" that never became later. The pause on the phone, right before he changed the subject. He didn't rule against you. That's the part that ruins men. A ruling you could appeal. A ruling you could rage at and be done. What he handed you was worse. An open file, a trial with no end date. And an open file the mind cannot leave alone. So you appointed someone to keep it running. You. Now, once a man feels this, he reaches for one of 3 cures. Every one of them fails. And the failing is the map, because it shows you where the real door is. The first cure is approval. You go and get it. You win louder. You build the thing he cannot ignore. And you're thinking, if he'd just say it once, I'd be free. Just once. So picture it. He finally says, "I'm proud of you, son." And you wait for the flood. A few seconds of warmth come, and then the flatness closes back over you. Because the man in the kitchen is not the judge you appointed. The judge lives somewhere else now. We'll get to where. The second cure is confrontation. You rehearse the speech in the car. You'll tell him at last what his silence did to you. And maybe you do. And he looks at you, baffled, an old man who genuinely does not remember it that way. And he says, "I always supported you." And still nothing closes. Because you were never in a fight with your father. You were in a fight with something he left behind in you. The third cure is the one they sell you everywhere now. Forgive him, heal the wound, make your peace and let it go. So you try. And here's the strange part. You can truly forgive the man and still flinch at the next good day. Because forgiveness is aimed at him, and he hasn't been in the room for years. So where is the judge? Walk back into that courtroom right now. Look at the bench. It's empty. He isn't there. He hasn't been there in a very long time. Now, look down. The robe is on your shoulders. You put it on. You were a boy. The silence was unbearable, and a boy cannot survive a trial with no judge. So you did the only thing a child can do. You climbed onto the bench yourself. You learned his face. You learned the exact weight of the thing he never said, and you have been prosecutor, judge, and condemned man ever since, playing all three in a voice you inherited and never once questioned. Listen to it now. Don't get soft. Don't embarrass yourself. What are you, proud of yourself? That is not his voice. He is not in the room. It is yours, the most intimate thing you own, a confession you never meant to make, that somewhere back there, you agreed with the sentence. You cannot make him rule, but you are holding the gavel. Here is how a man adjourns a court that has been in session his entire life. 3 moves, in order. 1. Name the sentence out loud. This week alone, say the exact verdict you've been serving, the real one in plain words. Not enough. Too much. Soft. Whatever the voice says the moment you fail. Then write it down. Seeing it in your own handwriting is the first time you understand. It was never his ruling. It was your translation of his silence. And a translation can be rewritten. 2. Stop routing the wind through an empty room. The next time something goes right, do the thing you never do. Say it out loud to one person who is actually here. Your wife, a friend, the man beside you. Not to replace him, to break the habit of reporting to the dead. From now on, you report to the living. 3. Deliver your own verdict. Once, out loud to yourself in your own voice, not his. Say what you actually think of the man you've become. Not what he'd think, what you think. It will feel like a crime the first time, because for your whole life only one bench was allowed to speak. Commit the crime. That is the work. And if you want, leave the line below. The verdict you're taking back into your own hands. Not for me, for the boy still standing in that courtroom, waiting on a ruling that was never coming. Here is the man on the other side of it. He still reaches for the phone on the good days. The habit doesn't die, but now he knows who he's calling, and he knows what he thinks, and he no longer needs a dead man's gavel to make a good day real. He can forgive his father completely, because he has finally stopped confusing the man with the judge. The wound still mattered. It just stopped running the court. He handed the old man back his robe. It never fit him anyway. And he pays what this costs, because it costs something. He gives up the fantasy, the dream that one day the ruling comes and the flood arrives. He grieves it, a real grief, the size of all the years he spent waiting. And then he stands up from the bench. The trial has run as long as you can remember. The adjournment takes one honest afternoon. Your father may be gone before he ever says it. The court does not close when he dies. It closes the day you take off the robe. The gavel was never his. Look down. It's been in your hand the whole time. Bring it down. And if his silence didn't just become your judge, but became your fate, if you've watched yourself turn into the very man you swore you'd never be, that's the one to watch next. I'll see you there.